Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Home with Ruthie. I'm Ruthie Lyons and I'm coming to you live from my home, which I also call the Lyons Den. I'm here with my friend Ashley James at James Staging, and she's going to tell us how to make your home have like a luxury feel on a budget. So Ashley, thanks for coming by the Lyons Den today.
Thanks for having me, Ruthie. I'm excited to be your
first
guest. I'm excited. So
we've got our little wine going.
We're having some drinks, talking decor, my favorite things.
My favorite thing. Y'all know. Okay, so just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, and then we'll talk all the goods after that.
Yeah. So I'm the owner of James Staging Co. We are based in and around Knoxville. We stage homes, and staging is kind of related to what we're about to talk about because staging really increases that perceived value of a home. So I'm a diehard stager. I believe in it for sure. Yeah. So
absolutely. And y'all know I sell real estate and I believe in staging. It helps homes sell faster when they're staged. And I think it also helps buyers kind of get an idea of how their furniture would fit in a space. And it also makes the space feel more cozy and they want to be there.
Yeah, they walk in and it creates all the feels.
Yes.
And when they have those feels, they want to put an
offer
in.
The feels, and they're like, oh, they see the potential of what it could be. Mm-hmm. And I think that helps with I hate walking in like an empty house. It's very cold and a lot of times you see the dirt.
And people also, all the negatives stand out. When there's nothing else to look at, you see the negative stuff.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people think they look bigger when they're vacant, but they really don't.
Yeah.
When you have a sofa and like chairs, it shows you how much can actually fit in there.
Absolutely. So I know you do homes, but you also do like cabins and Airbnbs. I see a lot of that online. I'm loving all that. So yeah. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this a little over. This is our second year in staging. We started 2019.
And y'all, let me tell you, Ashley stays booked and busy. Like every time I hop online, she's somewhere up in the mountains, like on a sketch road, trying to get to a cabin, and she's work. She works. She works. So if y'all need staging, she's definitely your girl. So let's talk about like how to give your home a luxury feel on a budget. So I know you're going to kind of go into that and tell us what we need to do.
Yes. I mean, do you agree if you have an unlimited budget, it's a lot easier to kind of make your house look nice? If you've got all the money in the world, it's a lot easier.
Like, I'll take one of everything, please. Thank you.
You walk into the showroom and say, I'll take this whole
The whole thing. But that's not realistic for a lot of us, just regular working folks.
So yeah, if you're on a budget, it creates more of a challenge, and that is something that I'm passionate about. I love that challenge and making it happen on a budget. So I'm glad you asked me to come and talk about this.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about, I kind of looked over here, this art. Art is a huge one. If it's even just like your family photos, they look so much more designer if you go black and white.
Yes,
I always recommend black and white. And matte those photos. You need a white matte. You can get mattes at Hobby Lobby, inexpensive.
And that's like the thing that goes around.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
It makes it larger. It just makes it look so much more upscale.
Yes, and I have a tip and a trick about Hobby Lobby. So we know that framing can be a little expensive sometimes, but what you do is if you get your frame from Hobby Lobby and you have them screw the things on the back to where you can hang it, it's considered modified and they'll give it to you for 50% off.
I didn't know that they did that.
I do
you taught me something.
Yes, you were going to put something on the back of that so I can get 50% off of that. So yes, so I am big on taking even like a cheap print that I like and just giving it a good frame gives it like a super luxe feel.
Yes, if it's not family photos, get a print that you like.
Yeah.
Buy them on Etsy. I love finding art on Etsy and printing it and matting it and framing it, and it's
probably $100. Like $100 to make it happen. And something I recently did too, because I've like fallen into TikTok. Like I knew that when it happened, it was going to be bad. And so now I'm scrolling, right? I spend 2 hours and I'm scrolling. So I have the idea, my husband and I did vow renewal, a 15-year vow renewal over this last summer. And I got 3 black and white pictures picked out. And I've got some gold frames. And I actually found these $30 wall art lights that you kind of see in like art gallery. And they're wireless. And so I'm actually going to hang those 3 in our bedroom with the lights over them. And just, that'd be like a nice little feminine touch, I think. Like,
and that is actually.
And they were $30.
Right on with what we're talking about.
Yes.
I mean, it makes it feel and look more luxurious.
Super luxe.
$30
on a budget. Sorry, we went on a tangent. So
we did.
Back to this lovely picture.
So this one, okay, I was talking about the mats, but now let's talk about like scale and large. Like you want large art. Galleries have large art. High-end designers use large art. This guy is like as tall as me when I stand up. This is a 5 foot tall, 60-inch canvas art, and this is what you want to go for. You don't want to go for a little dinky. So even if you find, say you find something that is like an abstract art that you love, but it's only 16 by 20 or so, buy 4 of them and create a, put them all together, create a little gallery. It's got so much more impact.
Absolutely.
So,
and this print here is so rich. Like you can do so much with this. Like it doesn't really, I can't say it doesn't really, because it does matter, but I mean, you have a lot of options as far as your existing color scheme.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm feeling the gold, because I was telling Ashley before we went, we started filming this, I'm like, I love mixing my metals. And if you look around my own house, you'll see a lot of rich golds and silvers with creams, because it just makes it, I like a luxe cozy.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of my style.
And that was another one of my tips, was going to be like mixing some like metallic and metals, and you do that so well.
I love it
so much.
My husband didn't get it. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just trust me.
He's like, it all has to be silver. It all has to go.
He's not on the decor committee at the house, so he doesn't really get a say on decor. But yeah, so this is 5 feet tall. It's a good size, you guys. And
so
if you
that's
just
keep that in mind. Go for large. It may seem intimidating, but really go for large. It really makes a difference.
Absolutely.
And if you're gonna do canvas, which is probably what you're gonna do if you go that large, make sure it's framed. It's got to have a frame on it.
Absolutely.
If you just have a canvas, then it cheapens the look, defeats the purpose.
Absolutely. So, well, let's talk about this cute little table, because Ashley just kind of walked through my house before we went on air, and I had this table. These are like one of my little side tables that's by my sofa. I already had these existing things, and she put this whole little look together, and I'm just like, oh my God, I really like that. Like I didn't think of doing that. This was actually on my coffee table. This was on my coffee table, and I think this was on my end table. So
you had so many great things. I mean, like I said, you're really good at mixing, adding metals and adding the textures in. So you have the metallic table here. We add some texture with the wood, create a little vignette, pair things in 3s, and vary the height. So
okay.
That's what we did.
I struggle with the height. My mom was like, you need some height and some depth to your table. I'm like, I have no idea what that even means, but okay. All right, so other than the table and the photo, what else you got for us? What other tips you got for us?
Rugs.
Rugs
is a very similar thing as far as like scale and size. Most of the time, people go too small on their rugs, and you're better off having no rug than having a rug that's too small for your space. And I know it's tempting. So I meant to mention at the beginning of this, my favorite store to shop at for on budget decor.
Yeah.
Target. I love Target as much as the next girl. They have some trendy stuff.
Yep.
And they do a good job. The at-home store, we have one of those in Turkey Creek.
Yeah.
Home Goods, of course.
I'm a Marshall's girl.
Ooh, Marshalls. Yeah.
I love Marshalls.
Kirkland's has really come a long way, especially kirklands.com.
Yep. I go to Southeastern Salvage because it's right next door, and they always have huge rugs for like $200 or less. Like huge rugs.
Yes, that's where people need to go. Places like that.
Yeah.
Home Goods is where you can get a huge rug for a good price. So, you're walking through Target and you see a bunch and you love them, but all the ones there are like 5 by 7.
Yeah.
That is never going to be big enough for anyone's living room.
Nope.
So
why even make that size? Like what would you put that under? Like really?
People buy them all the time. I guess because they're easy to store, they're on the shelf. But fight the urge to take that one home. Go home and look it up online and buy the same rug in a bigger size so that it's better for your space.
And another tip that I personally use, because I get confused about what size I need, because I had the idea to put a nice rug under my king size bed, but my room isn't that big. If you get on Pinterest, there's actually, you can actually search, what size rug do I need? And it tells you based off of what you're trying to pair it with, what size you need to get. And then it gives you some samples of how to stage your furniture around that rug. And that helped me personally, because
it's so easy with Google now. It's so easy.
You have smartphone, like in your hand.
You can easily figure out what size rug you need.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be bigger than a 5 by 7.
Absolutely. So like, I was talking to you about this, like colors of the season. So the colors of 2022. Let's just chat about, not that y'all care about that, but I care about that. Because I do investment properties, and I'm always looking for different ideas, like on paint, because I'm tired of gray paint.
Yes.
So talk to us about that, colors of 2022.
Yes. I mean, I will say, I do recommend when people want that high-end look to go with a neutral wall color. If you look at most designers' portfolios, they're going to have a very neutral wall color, a very neutral like sofa, things you don't change a lot.
Right.
But colors of the year, if you're willing to paint more often, go with it. Go with the ones of the year. And right now, they're all greens. And I love it. I'm here for it. I love the greens.
Me too. Like I literally just did a renovation. I'm like, you know what? I Hey, we need to paint.
But they're neutral greens.
They are.
They're very neutral, and I think that's totally safe and totally good. They're muted. They're like somewhere between green and gray. And I love it. And
Absolutely.
I think you can totally go with that.
Absolutely. And I do want to run this by you because I have a lot of friends who sell real estate. And what is not really talking prices, because I know prices change, everything's going up, so we won't talk that. But as far as the program you have for realtors, I know one thing that attracted me to you was the fact that you will leave furniture there for, was it
35 days?
35 days. Because in the hot market, the homes aren't going to be on the market that long.
Right, but I know when you're what do you guys call it? The option period?
Yeah.
And all the inspections and the walkthroughs go on. You want that stuff there. You need
You don't want
there.
anybody changing their mind about it.
And if they do change their mind, and you don't want to pay me to come back and restage if somebody's loan falls through or whatever.
Exactly.
So I leave it there for 35 days. That usually is good for closing in this market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, in addition to staging, she also offers not complimentary. Nothing's complimentary. She offers consultations. What I was going to say.
Yes.
Yeah. So pre-staging consultations. This is something I actually offer to my clients because she's really good at working with existing furniture. So it's not always about bringing in your stuff, but maybe just using some of the pieces that you have and just incorporating some of the smaller things that you have.
Yeah. I can bring accessories if it's needed. A lot of times, it's amazing just rearranging, because when people when buyers come in and shopping for the home, it's totally different than when you live there.
Yeah.
When you live there, you're gonna focus your sofa on the TV. Mm-hmm. But when you're taking real estate photos and people are coming in, they don't want their attention to be drawn to your TV.
Yeah.
You're not selling the TV. You're selling the house, the architecture, the landscape behind you, or something like that.
Right.
So we rearrange things where your eye's drawn to what matters and what's gonna invoke those emotions.
Yes.
And get the best MLS photos.
Absolutely, because the photos are what get people to the house.
Yeah, the more people in the door, the more chance of an offer, the higher offers.
Exactly. All right, so what else you got? You got some cool little glasses here.
We're all over the place.
I know.
But I love it.
That's how I roll.
These are your little glasses, but I found them shopping your house.
She went shopping in my house.
Because I was talking about incorporating textures and linen, leather, wherever you can incorporate those. Like I said, the metallics are big, and these are little things that you can easily afford and just mix and match around your house.
I love cool things. So I was talking to Ashley about one of my favorite, and I'm gonna give my friend a plug, Melissa Nelson with Melissa K Decor. She's on Western. Oh my gosh, every time I get paid, I'm like, I'm gonna go see Melissa. And
she's like, come on back.
And I leave with stuff. But this pillow just has so much texture to it, the way it feels,
nice pattern.
The pattern. And I got this from her store, and I'm always shopping for trendy things, clothing included, furnishings, my clothes, everything's super trendy. That's just kind of.
Yeah, I'm shamelessly trendy. I'm shamelessly into trends.
I don't care.
Is that the word I'm trying to say? Yeah, I have no shame.
I don't care. And I will continue.
A shameless trend follower. That's
yes. And every 6 months, I'm fine with repurposing things or getting rid of things and bringing in new stuff. And so my husband's kind of what are we doing? And I'm just don't even worry about
it. That stuff's out now, honey.
That stuff's out now. So, okay, well, thanks for telling us more about just how to give your home a luxe feel on a budget. So how can my people reach you? Talk to us about your social media.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at James Staging Co. My website, jamesstagingco.com, and Facebook, the same thing. So,
what's your phone number? Give us your phone number.
It's 865-804-4940.
Got it. So, you guys, Ashley's phenomenal at what she does. Sometimes you have to listen to, the opinion of an expert because they're good at what they do. I totally endorse staging. I'm big on it for my own home, for my clients' homes, and I'll be using her this year because I've got a lot of homes coming to the market, and I ain't got time to be staging. I'm supposed to be out selling. I can't be staging. So I wanted to make sure she came by and just shared a little bit of value, brought a little bit of value to you all. But yeah, reach out to her for your staging needs in 2022. She'd love to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to sit here and finish our drink. So if y'all need anything, reach out to me, reach out to Ashley, and I'll see you on the next episode of Home with Ruthie. Bye.